When you start seeing this type of statement from a very reliable source, Arsenal insider, that the player lifted the club when all hope looked lost, and we got over the line after 22 years, and that will be forgotten. Definitely, the player is going. The player will be leaving, and that's Martin Odegaard. And the reason why I think Arsenal is likely to move on from Martin Odegaard is, as Odegaard is more or less like a 10 that drops into the first line to help with the build up. But once Arsenal get a proper metronome in number 6 that can orchestrate play from central midfield, you don't need a Martin Odegaard. Because if you're buying a metronome, a proper metronome number 6, and you're still having a Martin Odegaard in the team, you will not advance to the next level. And Mikel Arteta said it after the Champions League defeat to PSG that Arsenal will be very ambitious, very aggressive in the transfer market, and try to move on to the next level. And in every football project, it is not every player that starts the project with you that will get to the promised land of the project or that will get to the climax of the project. There are players that Arsenal have sold that started with the project with them. The likes of Tomiyasu, Lacazette was there with Arteta, then Aubameyang and Cole, Zil, they're all gone. So Chambers too was there, Bellerin to play with him, Ceballos and Cole. So now it's time for Odegaard to leave. Tomiyasu moves, Zinchenko moves. It is likely Jesus too will move. There are players that will start with you, but they won't get to the promised land. So since Arsenal is going for Morgan Rogers now, there won't be need for Odegaard in the team again. So Arsenal will go for Morgan Rogers, then sign a metronome 6 that can orchestrate play from central midfield. Then Rogers and Eze will fight for the 10th position, and Chris Stoilis and Bakula still in the mix for the left wing. So Odegaard is moving on, and Arsenal will try to recoup a lot of money from any team that wants to sign in, the likes of Inter in the conversation, Bayern and co. So Arsenal will try as much as possible to get a lot of money from him. And Odegaard does not really offer unstoppability from that 10 position like the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne. He does not have that output, although injury really affected his progress last season with his reoccurrence knee injury. But he has not gotten to that level that can take Arsenal to the next level. The next level now is to win the Champions League. The next level now is to retain the Premier League. The next level now is to dominate Europe. So I don't think Odegaard as a number 10 can take Arsenal to that next level. So that's why Arsenal will be moving on from him. And I really appreciate his efforts with the Arsenal team, lifting the Premier League after 22 years. That's a remarkable achievement, and being the captain as well to do that. So it will never be forgotten. It will never be erased in history. He has inked his name in Arsenal's history. So well done to Martin Odegaard, and I wish him the very best.